Hey there, busy moms and working women. This is Meals in Minutes, and we're ready to start a new segment tonight. It's going to be a good one, and it's going to be very quick. So I'm going to start by turning my oven on, 375. So here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, light's in your way, sorry. Gonna get this oven going. That's the first thing you'd need to do. And get that going. Okay, now we're going to come back around here and we're going to be cooking some mini meatloaves, some roasted cauliflower, flowerets, and some steamed broccoli. So I've already got the flowerets almost cut, finished. This is a little bit too big, so I'm just going to chop those into a little bit smaller pieces, something more similar to this, a little bite-sized type piece. So I'll have that going on in just a second. But I've also got 2 pieces of broccoli here, which I'm just going to chop the stems off right now and get them going in my little steamer, because it's going to take them about as long to cook as it's taking my the little mini meatloaves to cook. So all I'm doing, I just chop the end off, and I'm just going to put them in there in big chunks like this because it's fine. That's all Bob and I will eat anyhow. So I'm just going to put them right in my steamer basket and put them over here on my steamer, which you can't see when I step out of the picture. I'm sorry. I've got this new thing that I just bought, but of course the battery died. But it actually rotates my camera around 360 degrees. Doesn't tilt up and down, so I've still got to try to find one of those. But anyhow, it's better than nothing. But right now it is like nothing because the battery died before I could start this video. So I'm going to start this steamer. And now I'm going to get everything out here for the meatloaves, the mini meatloaves. So hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. I've got everything together here, so I'm going to tilt the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so I had about a pound of ground beef left over from when I made some chili over the weekend. And now I'm going to add, I normally put a can of tomato paste, but all I have now is tomato sauce, so we're going to do that. We may just not put as much of it. We don't want it too juicy. I've got a bell pepper out of our garden. I'm just going to chop that. Now this is something, if you have children who don't like bell pepper and onion, then you can just wait until we get to the part where we're starting to mix them together and put them over in the little pans, because I'm going to do them in these little small pans that I have. You could do them in ramekins. This is another one that I have. But you could mix theirs, go ahead and put theirs on over in the thing, and then add the bell pepper and onions in for yourself if you like it. So just, we have to watch out for the kiddos too. So anyhow, I'm just going to chop up this bell pepper really quickly, and just trying to show y'all how quickly you can get this done together. Sorry for the noise, but just going to put some bell pepper in here. I'm only going to put about a half of a bell pepper, since I'm not making a huge meatloaf. I think that'll be fun. Y'all, I love to eat a meatloaf sandwich the next day, but I don't know if I'll have that this time because I'm not making a big meatloaf. All right, so there's the bell pepper in there. Now this is just a sweet white onion, like a Vidalia. I'm going to chop this thing up. It's like a half a one that was left over from when I was making something else over the weekend. layers acting crazy. All right. I'm not a professional chef, so I don't know how to do all that super fast chopping, but I try to get them as evenly chopped as possible, but I can't do it fast. Not like the chefs on TV. But it's okay. As long as I'm not chopping my fingers off, I'm good. I like lots of onion and bell pepper in my meatloaf. So, all right. So now we got that in there. Now I'm going to add a little bit of Worcestershire. About a tablespoon or so. I'm going to add some garlic powder. I'll just add a teaspoon of that. And a teaspoon of salt. I've always heard that, you know, you can add a teaspoon for every pound of ground beef. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to add about the same amount of pepper. And then I'm going to put in about, I'm going to start with a half a cup of these just original breadcrumbs. And I guess you could use just softened bread yourself, you know, but I don't really care for that as much. So now I'm going to stir this up. I'll try to do it with this little spatula thing, but I'll probably wind up with my fingers in it. So I've already taken my rings off and washed my hands real good. So, yep, I think I can use the rest of that tomato paste because it looks a little dry. So I basically wound up using a whole, what ounce is this? 8 ounces of tomato paste in here. I guess you can see it. Let me get it here where you can see it better. So you can see that's looking like a meatloaf. So I'm going to evenly divide it now between these pans. I think it's mixed pretty good. So I didn't have to get my hands in it. The tomato sauce helped me blend it on in good with this spatula. All right, so you can see this has been really quick, right? And if you, at the beginning of the week, if you would do something like go ahead and get your onions and your bell peppers like chopped up and in baggies, then just think how quick you could get this done if that was already done. So I'm smoothing this out so that I can come in here now and divide it into 4 sections. Because I've got 4 of these little ramekins. So each one's going to be like a quarter of a pound, like a quarter-pound burger, right? So get it out in my hand. Like this. And shape it a little bit. Put it in the pan. I like to flatten it out so that I can put the ketchup on top, because I put ketchup on the top of it. And that's what really makes the kids love it. You know, kids love ketchup. And so that's one, and it's, you know, it's going to be enough to eat. And hold on, let me grab that ketchup. Okay, so now I'm just gonna squirt the ketchup around the top of it like this. Spread it a little bit with the spatula. And now this one's ready to go in the oven. Boom. So I'm gonna get the other three in their pans. I'll be right back. Hey y'all, I'm back. I realized after I've made 2 of these in their little pans here that I'd forgotten to put an egg in the mixture. So I've added the egg into this last half, and we will be able to see when I cook them which ones hold together better, because I think that's really all the egg does, is help hold the meat together. So we'll see. Let me get these on in the other pans. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got those all ready over here, and I'm just waiting for the oven to be ready. In the meantime, I put 3 tablespoons of olive oil in here. Now I'm going to add a tablespoon of Worcestershire, just because I like Worcestershire. You can leave this out if you don't want it, but I think it'll be good. And then I'm going to add about a teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of this. It's called Smokehouse Maple. It's by the Grill Mates, or you can use any flavorings that you like. I'm just doing this because I really like this. I'm gonna put a couple of teaspoons of that in there, and then some salt and some pepper. And then I'm going to stir that up real good and pour it over all the cauliflower that I've got chopped up here. So I'll just stir this teaspoon. And then I'm just going to toss this really good. A couple of spatulas. Get them all coated really good. It takes a while because that stuff always goes to the bottom. I could have done it in a plastic bag, but I already had these things in the bowl, and I thought, well, why not? Let me move this out of the way. All right, so those are tossed. I think my oven's ready now, so I'm going to put these right on over onto the cookie sheet, and these will cook along with, let me get you up here. These will cook along with the meat. So I've just got a big cookie sheet right here. I'm just going to spread these out on it. They will be roasting right along with the meat. It'll take them about maybe 20 to 25 minutes. It should take the meat about that same amount of time, maybe just a hair longer. But I'll get right back with you. I'm putting it in the oven right now. Okay, y'all, I'm back, and dinner is out of the oven and out of the steamer, and it is ready. Let me turn you around here so you can see what I've done. Okay, I've got, hold on a minute. All right, I've got the cauliflower is back over here, and I let it get a little bit charred, which just makes it taste that much better. And then here's the meatloaves. They're ready. I took one out, one of the flatter ones. I took it on out. They were spread out wide in these bigger pans, and then these, and they also didn't have any egg in them. And then when I realized I'd left the egg out, I put those 2 in these deeper pots, right here, and I'm going to try to take one of those out and just see if it holds together better. Maybe hold together better just because it's deeper, but maybe not. So let me try. I'm going to try it with this instead of this square one. I'm going to get one of these out for Bob. Let's just see if that comes up. Yep, it's holding together pretty good. I left a little bit in there because the spoon was curved. I can just stick that right up under there. There we go. So there's his ready. Turn this where you can see it. Yep, I just dropped the spoon on my foot. Yep. Okay, so here is my dinner. You can see double steamed broccoli, roasted cauliflower, and now my favorite part, some ranch dressing, which I like to put on my broccoli, like that. Just chop it all up. So got a good bite of this. Yum. And here's the cauliflower. Put that right in some of that ranch dressing too. Oh my God. That was a big bite, but it sure was good. And now, the real test. Some of this meatloaf. Yeah, that's good. Very good. So, if you want a quick, easy way, have a really good meal, this would do it. Especially if you had your onions already chopped, and your bell pepper already chopped, and even your cauliflower already, you know, in the little flowerets. You can buy them that way, I think, already at the store. So just come in, toss them, put them in the microwave, the oven, and next time add a little bit more of the olive oil than I did, because that cauliflower just soaks it up. That's why they got a little bit charred, but quite frankly, they taste great that way. I did sprinkle a little bit more after I took them out of the oven. But anyhow, delicious meal, and that's it, y'all. Dinner done quick, easy and delicious. Thanks for cooking with me here at Home with Gigi. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll never miss a Meals in Minute recipe. See y'all next time.